Oh God, that's right. I was literally right here about to peek in on Hanako. Well, not peek on her, see if she's all right. But God, I made that sound so weird. Man, I left you guys for a week after this. I mean, not my fault, of course. It's because YouTube decides to fuck me every opportunity it gets. But hello, I stand outside the door to Hanako's room, hoping that she isn't in too much of a state as I nervously clutch the worksheets Muto asked me to pass on to her. Also, my goal. Shh, shh. It's one more reason to visit her, and it gives me something to talk about, so I suppose I should be thankful for him to giving me the task. I was probably gonna come here. I was gonna come here anyway, regardless. Oh, with a long rep? Why did I say rep? With a long breath to steady myself, I rap my knuckles on the door in front of me. Silence? I listen intently for any sound of shuffling coming from the inside, but I can't hear a thing. Oh my God, calm down. I knock on the door again, slightly harder. Still no answer. How strange. Okay, either she's sleeping in a deep sleep. We all encounter that every now and then. Or she's just out. Scratching my head, I make one last attempt at getting her to answer as I knock on the door one final time. Hanako, it's just me. Muto said to give you some stuff. For a while, the attempt seems just as unsuccessful as the last. Just before I slip the sheets under her door, though, I hear the handle rattling. As the door opens halfway, I quickly try to see how Hanako's faring. It's a task made somewhat difficult by her oversized gown hiding so much of her body. She doesn't look sick, or at least not immediately so. To be honest, I'd have preferred that to her to her expression right now. She looks terribly tired and appears to be barely acknowledging my presence. Oh, that ain't good. Hi, Hanako. Muto wanted me to give you these since you weren't in class today, I hold out the loose sheets, which she tentatively takes in her hands. The way she moves is devoid of thought. Her posture slumped in an unusual manner for someone that's so often tensed and wound up. Even her eyes keep looking away from mine, doing their best to avoid eye contact. I move my head a little to try and get a better look, but she just ends up turning away. Damn it. Are you alright? If you're feeling sick or anything, I could go get a nurse if you want. Yeah, it feels almost pitiful to put on such a routine get well soon act. I can't think of anything else I could possibly do for her, though. She seems to be collecting herself a little at the notion. But only a little. Her head remains turned away, but her eyes move towards me. I'm fine. Jesus. An awkward silence follows. As it lingers, I notice that the sleeves of the cuffs of her gown bear slightly damp stains. Her cheeks are a bit red, too. Has she been crying? Oh, come here. I see. I hesitate a little before coming out with the words I really came here to say. Would you like me to stay? I don't have anything urgent to do at the moment, so it wouldn't be any trouble. Her eyes slide away from me, and I lose hope for any improvement of her mood. I wait for a response, but she doesn't say anything nor give any kind of gesture. She just stands there looking away from me. Hanako? Hello? She slowly shakes her head. Oh, okay, well, good night then. Dude, I don't know, I would have been like, are you sure? I'm here for you, oh my God, the little door. With that, Hanako steps back and closes her door without a second thought or word. Same thing. More than a little worried, I retreat back to my room. More than a little worried? I'd be very worried. I'd literally be standing outside that door like a fucking creeper, but not like trying to be creepy. You know what I mean? Like out of sheer worry. Wandering up the hallway, I keep mulling over what happened. It felt like Hanako was only half there, as if I was interacting with a robot that was just doing what it was programmed to do without any real thought. She was a husk of a person. This is frustrating. I'd hoped that meeting Hanako would help the situation, but I feel like it's only made it harder to understand her. How am I supposed to try and help her when she quite literally shuts me out like that? It's hard, man. I don't even bother turning on the light, opting instead of simply changing to my PJs, quickly choke down my evening pills, and collapse onto my bed. Dude, there's no sleep after that. He's sleeping. Damn. Transition was right there, dude. People are right. I do have a problem with ending right when a transition's about to happen. It's not my fault. I can't plan for these things. I'm literally playing everything blind. Once again, Hanako doesn't turn up for class. Try as I might to concentrate on other matters, this fact continues to distract me throughout the entire school day, and even as I walk through the school gardens to the dormitories. I don't think today being her birthday is a coincidence either. I don't know the link between the two events though, nor do I have any idea what she's feeling. Maybe we'll find out. Maybe we'll feel her feelings inside us, you know. Put that pain, put some of her burden on us. Were it physical pain, I could at least provide some limited comfort. With something like this, though, I have no idea where to start. I've run the people I know through my head, thinking about whether they could help. Shizune and Misha don't know much about Hanako, and what little they do, they can't tell me, and same for the nurse. Confidentiality, baby. Stupid. In the end, there's only one person that Hanako knows well and would be willing to tell me everything. Gotta call her up. Entering my dorm room, I notice something that takes me off guard. It's starting to feel similar or familiar. Oh, jeez. With everything that's going on around me, I'm thankful that this room started to finally be somewhere I can relax. Just chill out. When I had first entered Yamaku, it felt immediately foreign in every way, from the untouched neatness to the way it smelled. Focusing back on the task at hand, I throw my bag onto the bed as I open the top drawer of my desk. Before she left, Lily told me the number to call her while in Scotland, and I wrote it down. Thank God. In hindsight, I wonder if she knew something like this could happen. Lily, please, help. Now that she's out of reach, I realize just how much both Hanako and I have relied on her for guidance. I dig around drawer after drawer, looking for that damned piece of paper. Eventually, thankfully, I find it nestled under a borrowed library book. God, these old-ass phones. Okay. Get with the times. But this is back in the past. How could he get with the times? I probably should have just entered it directly into my cell phone, come to think of it, like a smart fucking person would do. Without further ado, I enter the numbers and anxiously press the call button. Eventually, the phone picks up. A feminine voice I don't recognize on the other end. It's probably Lily's mother. Oh, shit. Oh, what the fuck? What? I said, sit down. What? English? Fuck. The one language I don't know. Suddenly finding myself unprepared, I realize I can't understand a word she says, either due to my limited vocabulary or her heavy accent. I should have anticipated this since, according to Lily, her mother is a native Scot. Fuck. I can't do the Scottish accent. It's impossible. Like, I can't do Scottish, Irish. I literally can only do British and Australian, barely, and I can do country. That's the best I got. Slightly German accent too, but that ends up being really bad. Thank God they said Lily doesn't have an accent, otherwise it would have been over. I soldier on in the hope that she must know some Japanese, considering it's her daughter's native language. It's Hisao Nakai speaking. An enthusiastic sound of realization can be heard as she recognizes the language. My feeling of relief is immense. She's like, oh, shit. No, I can't. I'm not doing it. Like I have to hear it. Like if I could at least hear it before I try to do a Scottish accent, I maybe could do it, but I'm not gonna do that right now in the middle of a recording. That's just unprofessional. I'm gonna go robot. You must be one of Lily's friends from school, correct? That's my voice when I just don't know what to do. Not even robot, just like the fucking text to chat, voice to voice thing. Even so, her accent means I have to concentrate to work out what she's saying. The immersion is broken. I'm sorry. Yes, that's right. Pleased to speak with you, Miss Satao. It's so nice of her to find someone so polite. Lily, dear, it's for you. Oh, thank God. Give it to Lily. Her mother seems nice, a little over-enthusiastic given the mundane situation. There's a small silence as Lily takes her time getting to the phone. She's blind. What do you... That's kind of mean. In the distance, I can just make out her mother scolding her playfully for just getting up. Oh. Hello, Lily speaking. You sound awful. She makes a sound somewhere between a dying animal and a yawn. One thing I did remember to check before calling was the time zone. It'd be pretty late in the morning over there, so she really has no excuse. Look, she's so busy all the time over here. She deserves at least some sort of rest. Not feeling well? Just tired. What time is it there? Late afternoon. School finished for the day not long ago. Hanako's not well, is she? Dude, she knew. That was quick. My assumption that she must have known something like this could happen seems to have been on the mark. How did you know? Because today is her birthday. I'd hoped she might have gotten at least a little better after coming to know you, but how is she right now? I have no idea. She ain't doing good though. She missed school today and yesterday. I still have to check up on her today. To be honest, after seeing how she was when I talked to her yesterday, I'm pretty anxious. I really have no idea what to make of it. Has this happened in the past? Like, is it related to her scarring in some way? Unfortunately so. Roughly the same thing happened last year when her birthday came up. As far as I can tell, it's because her parents died in the accident that caused her scarring, and Hanako blames herself for their deaths. But you can't just blame yourself for that. Like, what she says does seem to make sense. If she's blaming herself on her birthday, she may well be ruining that she was ever born. Hanako had mentioned her stay in the orphanage to me. Maybe I should take some heart that she trusts me enough to tell me such a thing. Lily seeming so in the dark about it, though, almost to the extent that I am, is a surprise. So that's why she lives in the student dorms as well. Has she told you anything else about the accident? As close as we've come, she's very barely told me anything about what happened. What I know about it is largely conjecture. She sounds depressed, almost defeated, considering the trauma Hanako must have gone through. I really can't fault Lily for not knowing. Nevertheless, she still seems to consider it a personal failing. Don't blame yourself, Lily, okay? With everything she's gone through, whew. There's a long silence from the other end of the line. I begin to wonder if the call cut out before the voice at the other end speaks once again. There's another person, though, that has been a subject of worry for me as of late. Oh? I run through the people she could be talking about in my head. The only friends she seems to keep very close are Hanako and me, though there is Akira as well. That person is you, Hisao. Hey! There's another silence on the line. But this time it's caused by me. Making others worry about me is something I've actively tried to avoid since coming here. Indeed, even my interaction with Hanako has helped stave off my major health problems, thanks to our relaxed and slow-paced lives. Benefited. What's there to worry about me? I apologize, I didn't mean any offense. No, just caught off guard. Still, isn't Hanako a bigger problem at the moment? For some time now, I've thought that the both of you may be feeding into each other's more worrying habits. I tried to amend this before leaving, but it seems I have done little. Worrying habits? When I asked you about what you had in mind for the future, your answer was very similar to what Hanako has said in the past when the question was posed to her. It is well and good to want to protect her, but I fear that treating Hanako like this, as if she were a daughter or someone in need of special care, is only going to achieve the opposite. Situation got effectively turned on its head. After everything that's happened, this is the first time I find myself doubting Lily's judgment. Don't judge Lily! Fuck my own judgment. I kind of agree. Oh boy, I really, I'm gonna agree with Lily. I think Lily probably is it's definitely the thing that's probably going to help us out the most. So let's just agree with Lily. I don't want to admit it, but she may have a point. Something else bugs me though. And you tried to amend this? Wait, our outing into the city? Quite astute. I thought that it might help if I dragged both of you out of Yamaku and into the wider world, and I am thankful you became closer for it, though. So she noticed that. Of course she did. I suppose she may have well been paying attention to us, and her hearing's incredibly good. Quite likely good enough to have picked up on what we were talking about if she tried. This sounds more and more like you were manipulating us. I wouldn't go that far. Silence. It's a harsh way of putting it, but I have no intention of stepping back from those words. I'm sorry. I was just worried about you. It's fine. I guess there are more important things anyway. It's a total surprise that she'd do such a thing. Her motherly nature can be slightly overbearing at times, but she usually always does have the best intentions. So you think I should think about myself more instead of trying to cater to Hanako? That largely sums it up. Again, I'm sorry for not telling you this in a clearer way before going back behind your back. I know I am at least as guilty of being overprotective of Hanako as you, but I fear that you are neglecting yourself in your efforts to give Hanako happiness. Do you really think Hanako will be okay? She isn't as fragile as you think. I don't know exactly what experiences she lived through or what feelings she has in her mind, but she has managed to work her way through them until now. It's also my hope that giving her a little space will allow her to decide what she truly wants for herself and give her the initiative to reach out for it. Please have faith in Hanako. That's all I ask. That's why I agreed. I guess I'll think about it for a while. That's good. Being rash won't get you anywhere. I know that at times like these, you may doubt your relationship with Hanako, but she does. Lily cuts herself off and takes a moment to reconsider her words. Please keep in mind that I wouldn't have befriended you if I hadn't thought you were a fundamentally good person. You're a good friend, both to myself and to Hanako. Thanks. That helps. We share some small talk to try and lighten the atmosphere, but it feels very stilted. There's a lot I don't know about Lily staying in Scotland, but after such a heavy subject, I want to be alone for a bit to think. So, I wonder if like an option that's gonna come up where it's like, where it's gonna like pop up and be like, either we don't listen to Lily and just kind of don't give Hanako her space or whatever she needs, or if it's gonna be like, no, I need to keep remember. I need to remember what Lily said, because at this point, all my eggs are in Lily's basket. So, like, I mean, she knows Hanako more than anyone else, and I feel like I should very much take that to heart. Because if I don't, like, I don't know, I might end up fucking something up. That's why I kind of agreed with Lily when we were talking, just in that last decision, So, I don't know, I'm feeling it. After a few minutes, we end up saying our goodbyes, and I set my phone on my desk. Compared to Hanako's situation, mine feels utterly mundane. I still have both my parents, and I had a reasonably normal childhood, and unlike many in Yamaku, my condition isn't immediately visible to the public. But then again, isn't this just an attempt to justify the way I've been acting toward her? That may well be what our pasts were like. But when it comes to the future, I still have no idea what I want to do. In school, I've just concentrated on each day's work, and I put off more and more things to cater to Hanako. Oh, I recall the words Muto told me after Hanako's breakdown about the purpose of Yamaku and my education. In hindsight, he was probably trying to push exactly the same thing. Just what have I been doing in the time since my heart attack? If I ever did manage to get Hanako out of her room to open up, what then? I look out of my dorm window as the sun slowly sets. It's a nice sight, but what I really savor is the quiet as the students return to their dorm rooms. All I want now is to think. I'm not sure how much time I have, but I want to work out where I'll go from here. Whew! That's intense shit. Okay. We should better ourselves before we end up, like, how can we better ourselves or better someone else when we're not in a good position, now that I'm thinking about it, right? Like, it just makes more sense to try and better us. And then once we're all situated, once we've thought out everything we need to think about, once we get everything, sorted, that's when we can be like, all right, now I can help other people, aka Hanako. Since talking to Lily yesterday, I've wanted to try and move on from the listlessness I've felt ever since coming to Yamaku. But even if I try to concentrate on the book in front of me, Hanako's empty seat at the back of the classroom looms larger than life. Every time I start getting focused, my eyes flick over to her desk again and my mind starts spinning. Oh God. Once more, I haven't seen you in a while. Once more, my eyes drift over to it, but this time my vision is blocked by a certain other classmate. Hey! Get out of the way! I'm trying to look at the desk. Oh, hey, Mickey. Maybe you should just have lunch. I can hear your stomach growling from my desk. I let my head drop in disappointment. She seems to take some amusement from my reaction and hops up onto my desk. Hey! I didn't say you could be here. Her grin as she sits on it reminds me of the Cheshire cat. Oh, shit. So, what you working on? Some math. Ew. I have a decent handle on it, but I just wanted to revise. Oh, really? Let me see that. Before I can object, she grabs my mathematics book with her hand. She scans the page I was on, holding it open with the one hand she has. Didn't have to put that there. Her left arm sitting uselessly on her lap. In my time here at Yamaku, I've noticed that the other students have a wide range of adjustment to their disabilities on a purely practical level. Mickey is one of those who seems to have some trouble. I mean, you have one hand. Like, it's probably a pain in the ass to do a lot of things, but she's figuring it out. The stump of her left arm tends to either hang by her side, slipped into a pocket, or otherwise just put out of the way. Sometimes she has a difficult time doing common tasks, which makes her visibly quite frustrated. I would assume you might not have a hand there, but you could probably, like, use your arm to, like, hold something up. Not like where your hand was. You don't want to put anything there, but I feel a little bad for thinking this way, but I'm thankful that Hanako and I don't have disabilities affecting our freedom of movement to that extent. Then again, if Mickey's problem worsened, at least she wouldn't have a real possibility of dying. We woo. Like us. My attention is refocused as she thumbs through a few pages, skimming their contents. With such casual interest in the subject matter, it's clear by now that she won't be of any help. I'm guessing you're not too interested in this stuff. Who the fuck's interested in math? Dude, what she's fucking saying. Screw math. Screw math. It's boring as hell. Damn right it is. You get through high school, college, whatever. Math becomes literally useless. Except the basics, of course. When the fuck are you gonna do fractions? Never. She works the book back and what the fuck? She puts the book back in front of me with indifference. Her eyes move to the notebook beside it that I've been working out practice equations on. Equations. I feel disgusted. Wait, you're actually able to work that stuff out? Yeah. Wow. I've never talked to a computer with legs before. Hey! Thanks, I think. At least I'm doing better than history. Why do I have a problem in history? Think it's worth asking the librarian for help? I heard she's shooting for uni. Yuko? Maybe. I don't know what she wants to study, though. So what about you? Got anything you're thinking of doing after you graduate? Me? Nah, not really. Just enjoying it while it lasts. She looks a little awkward when asked about her future and absentmindedly rubs her left forearm. Kind of want to ask her about it, but I don't know her. I don't think I know her well enough to do so. The conversation peters out, and I lean back in my chair, giving up on the prospect of studying. Mickey noticed my tired expression and looks oddly serious. I was gonna say, she did kind of change to a serious face. Thinking about Hanako? It's that obvious, huh? You've been glancing at her seat, and you've been pretty quiet. Not too hard to connect the dots. I'm just worried about her. Yeah, I can see why you would be. She can get, weird sometimes. She sounds put off, but I can't blame her. Hanako was a hard person to interact with before she warmed up to me. Even with Lily around to help. I haven't known her for that long either, so some of her habits would still be unknown to me. My face becomes troubled. If I hadn't developed feelings for her, this would be at least a little easier to deal with. I mean, no offense, she isn't a bad person, I know that much. I know. I didn't take it that way. It's just harder to deal with when you have feelings for someone. Damn. Yeah, I can imagine that. It's hard to forget something like what happened to her during class, too. Wish she hadn't reminded me of that. She just confirmed that it was clearly noticed by others in the room as well. Who do you... I mean... I know you thought about it, but of course they all noticed. Come on, don't get that down. She's done this before. You just gotta wait it out. See, even she says. She locks herself in her room and acts like an empty husk of a person for a sizable amount of time ever since she entered Yamaku. If not before then as well, and I'm not supposed to be concerned about that? Well, I might think that, but there's nothing I can do. I can't force her to come out, and she does see a therapist, so it's not like she isn't getting any help for her issues. Dude, that's something that's gonna take a long time to fix. Maybe it's natural to think that way when you're so powerless to help someone. That's just the way she is, and you just have to deal with it. Oh, hello? As I mull things over, I notice movement out of the corner of my eye. Huh? I glance to see who it is and end up doing a double take. See, she's fine. She's coming on in. Sure enough, it's Hanako. She walks through the door just as she would any other normal school day and begins to move toward her seat in her usual silent and humble manner. See, she's fine. She looks at me for a moment before blushing and looking away in embarrassment, which makes me realize that I was staring at her. I feel sorry for that, but not doing it is hard after all that's happened. See? The girl sitting on my desk looks at me, grinning. See? Your sweetheart's back already. What'd I tell you? You be quiet. He's just like, shut up. It might only be meant as a joke, but she hits close enough to make me quite uncomfortable. As we talk, someone calls Mickey's name from the door. She jumps down from her vantage point on my desk before turning to me. Well, gotta go, Hisao. Remember to eat sometime, will ya? I always remember to eat. I never skip a meal. Except now, because I forgot to, or I didn't eat before recording. So, fine, I will. See ya. She gives a casual salute before jogging over to the door, where a male student in a gym uniform is waiting for her. Probably someone from the track and field club. Oh, what a loser. Not her, the guy. Seizing the opportunity, I get up and make my way to Hanako's desk. Instantly. Hello? Hi, Hanako. What's up? Nothing. Maybe talking to her this soon after she comes back to class was a bad move. I feel like we should have waited at least a little bit. I don't know. You want to come with me and grab something from the cafeteria? I'm pretty hungry. But I thought you were studying. Fuck studying. Turning up for class after all this time must have taken some courage for Hanako, so the least I could do is stay with her. That's just the way she is, and you just have to deal with it. Is the way Mickey and probably the whole class views Hanako. I could do more for her, though. I want to do more for her. After being distracted by Mickey, I don't think I'm going to get any work done. Come on, let's go. She hesitates, but eventually gets up and joins me as we begin walking. These may be small steps for her, but the fact that she's finally out of her room of her own volition lifts a large weight off my shoulders. See, she came back just in time. He was so worried about it, and we just had to listen to everybody else saying, being like, she's gonna come back. It's fine. Don't worry about it. She needs to sort some shit out. My pen busily scrawls onto a slowly filling page of my notebook. My other hand remains on the page of a reference book I borrowed from the library, marking my spot as my eyes flicker to and fro. As I work, I occasionally mark red circles or underlines onto the photocopied sheets of paper that lie on the table in front of me. Wanting a change of scenery from the library and to avoid the distractions of the classroom, I decide to make use of the Shanghai for some quiet study time. Probably the best place we could go to. It ended up being nice and quiet as expected. And being able to get coffee while studying, ooh, that's a nice bonus. Can't do that in the library. Hanako may have returned to her normal self since she came out of her room, but I've done quite the opposite. daily routine may have returned to us, but I feel as if I'm a different person. Maybe I'm not. It's only been a few days after all, since I decided I wanted to try and get out of the rut I'd found myself in before my accident. But I want to change, and I'm now actively working towards that goal. Or at least I'd like to think I am. Oh, this is impossible! Brute forcing this work isn't... What? Brute forcing this isn't gonna work. Once more, I have another piece of writing I have to do after this. I fear that's going to be no easier. I look up in mild surprise to the source of the tentative voice. Yuko stands there at the head of the table with a damp towel in hand, clearly having taken the opportunity to clean the tables while no other patrons were around. No, you can't clean my table, because then I gotta rest my sheets on this fucking this desk, and I don't want them all wet. She looks curious, her eyes as much as on my work as on me. What's the matter? I was just wondering, what sort of work are you having so much trouble with? Oh, it's just history. I'm fine with science and math, so I'm trying to get my other subjects up to par. Yuko looks positively delighted at this development. She's so happy. I feel like I chose the right answer on some big quiz show. Oh, I think I can help you with that. If you don't mind, of course. I briefly consider turning down the offer in order to not cause her too much trouble, but she looks too excited about this for me to do it. It would be just mean to shoot her down like that after such a reaction. Oh, if you're willing to help, I'd really appreciate it. I don't know why someone has trouble with history. I mean, it's not that difficult. History's kind of a little bit boring unless you're discussing like the world wars and shit, but that's mostly because of all the shit that kept happening during those times. But she clamps her hands together and quickly deposits her towel on the counter before returning and taking a seat across from me. I take my notebook off the top of the textbook and hand it over for her to peruse. So you're studying the Edo period? Yeah, I'm not really much good at this, though. Might be because he's just not interested. She takes the textbook and reads a few pages from a random section near the middle for a bit, but the aura of enthusiasm she'd been radiating previously is rapidly sapping away. I'm guessing this isn't the kind of history you were expecting. Unfortunately not. My main area is European history, especially in the classical era. Sorry. She looks a bit downcast, but as she carefully closes the book and lays it back down on the table, her face perks up again. Would you like another cup of coffee? Huh? Oh, sure. That's fucking useless. I reach forward and get my book back as Yuko gets up, takes my mug, and slowly walks to the counter to make another almost said stew. Make another stew and put it in my fucking coffee cup. Another brew. As usual, she's absolutely silent as she does this. Every ounce of her concentration is focused on not tripping over and dropping the plain white mug. I take the opportunity to lay back and relax for a bit, the hum of the coffee machine filling the otherwise quiet air. It's small details like that which make me realize how much I've come to appreciate the little things in life. The peace and quiet of the local town, the discipline and order of Yamaku, the green and of the trees that were so rare in my home city, the relaxed pace at which the aging residents live their lives. Everything feels so certain. It's comforting. I feel myself beginning to nod off. Uh-oh, when the sound of the mug coming to rest on the table grabs my attention. It makes him jump. Ah! Seems like it arrived not a moment too soon. Yuko takes her previous seat once again as I pick myself up and bring a hand around to the mug to check its temperature. It's just a little too hot to drink right away, so I blow on it a little. It's a shame you don't like history all that much. I sort of guessed you might be more into science. How? You've nearly read out what? You've nearly read out the science fiction section of the library already. It wasn't hard to notice. Look, I like Star Wars, alright? And yes, that last movie wasn't all that great. Okay, but it was still better than Last Jedi. I mean, everything's better than that. You do have a point there. What? Oh, shit! I accidentally fucking hit You do have a point. Good point there. Well, what can I say? You pegged me just about right. You sound like you really take an interest in history, though, especially considering how specific you were about it. Do you study in that area or something? Go on digs overseas? She giggles nervously at the thought. I'd like to visit the Mediterranean sometime and see the old architecture and art for myself, but I don't think I could trust myself to handle such delicate things, especially how clumsy she is. Impossible. I'm saving up to formally study in a university, although I also read up on it whenever I have free time outside of work. So Mickey was right about her university aspirations. Considering how she fares as a waitress, a more theoretical path may suit Yuko better. It's nice to hear that she has some ambitions, though, considering how hard she works. I nod and take a careful sip of my coffee. By now, it's cooled to the right temperature, so I begin to drink while keeping an eye on the book below, trying to read at the same time. A few minutes pass quietly, Yuko looking out the window and watching the world go by while I have my coffee and study. A movement catches my eye, and I look up to see Yuko smiling and waving to someone outside. Who are you? Following her gaze, surprisingly reveals someone to be Hanako. Ah! She's looking at us from the side of the street across from where we are. Her usually all too visible timidity is largely absent, probably thanks to there being so few people around right now. Evidently, she decides to join us after a little wave, she gives a quick glance up and down the street, and then crosses toward the side that the cafe's on. Hello. The familiar doorbell to the Shanghai rings out as Hanako enters and makes her way to the table we're sitting at. Hello. Good afternoon. Hi, Hanako. What's up? Man, that's like my go-to to say to Hanako whenever I first see her. Nothing, just going for a walk since the weather's nice. Yeah, I get what you mean. I'm glad I decided to study here instead of the library. That musty-ass library. It's comfortable in here thanks to that. Better than the sometimes quite stuffy. See? Quite stuffy library. I look to Yuko, who nods in response. It's nice. Just a shame that summer can't last forever. I would rather summer didn't last forever because I fucking hate when it's hot. Oh, wait, sorry. Would you like a drink? Hanako shakes her head. Thankfully, it's enough to calm Yuko back down. She, goes from, calm to just full alert when... How are you doing with studying? Okay. Ish. Oh, yeah, have you talked with Lily? I'm interested, too. How's she doing? She's enjoying it, I think. I think. I think that's all we're gonna get out of her. Being around Yuko is tensing her up. It would be so nice to travel to Scotland. I created that place, remember? I said that before. Green fields, castles, lovely small towns, men in kilts, interesting history. I like how she mentioned the kilts. Can't say I see the appeal of men in kilts myself. Hey! We rock those things. It does seem like a picturesque place, though. Oh, Jesus. Don't just fucking shake the screen on me. As we talk, the jingle of the doorbell rings again. Hanako startled, noticing Yuko's panicked expression at the prospect that she might leave customers to wait a handful of seconds due to her chatter with us. Yuko gives us a quick bow, then hastily skitters over and greets the new customers, an elderly man with his wife. I watch her for a bit, craning my head around to get a good view. Hanako staring at me with her one visible eye. She averts her head in embarrassment as I turn to make eye contact. I was just thinking that it's nice to have ambitions for the future. Yuko was telling me a little about her university aspirations before. Oh, it's a shame. If she wasn't so neurotic and overworked, I think she could be a really happy person. As much as I'd like to play host to Hanako and entertain her a bit, I do need to study as well. To be honest, I don't think the distraction from Yuko helped either. Sorry if I'm a bit distracted. I need to try and get this done, otherwise I'm gonna flunk the history exams pretty hard. And you don't want me flunking exams. It's bad juju. I left running... What? I'm left running my hand through my hair in frustration. That letter needs doing as well once I get back to the dorm room. I hope I have more luck with this than this. Damn it. What with? Shit. I was going to write to Iwanako, you know. Right now, though, this is more important. All I've done is rattle myself. I can't focus on the work in front of me when my stomach is slowly turning at the prospect of actually attempting to write her back after all this time. How about we just don't? I force myself to concentrate on the book, picking up my pen once I have a quick sip of coffee. After a few seconds, Hanako stops silently watching me and leans back in her seat, relaxing as much as she ever seems to be able to, looking out the window to pass the time. We stay like this for a long time before leaving for the dorms together. I'm surprised she had the patience to wait me out. Maybe she just wanted to be around. Oh, shit. We are doing this? Like, this is actually happening? I thought we were just gonna, like, you know, we had the letter and from her and we weren't gonna write it back. We're just gonna accept that we had it. Like, the past is done. That's in the past. Let the past die, you know? As the kids would say. Ah, shit. This isn't what I wanted to do.